Okay, so I want you to imagine a creature that loses its head. I mean, it literally gets decapitated, and for them, it's just, I don't know, a minor inconvenience. They just grow a new one.
You're talking about the Hydra. It's really the poster child for regeneration.
Right. But here's the thing that really jumped out at me from the research today. We tend to think of this as like some kind of jellyfish magic. But the chemical signal it uses to do that, it's called the head activator. And well, it turns out we have it too.
We do. And that is really the core mystery of this whole deep dive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why do humans, who, definitely cannot regrow a head, have the exact chemical code to do it?
So our mission today is to trace this molecule, this head activator, all the way from a little pond creature to the human brain. We're going to look at how evolution sort of repurposed a bodybuilding tool into a brain protecting system.
It's a perfect example of biological recycling, really.
Before we get into that kind of recycling, let's talk for a second about evolving your own systems. This deep dive is supported by Embersilk. If you're looking to move your business from, say, manual processes to automated intelligence, Embersilk specializes in AI training, automation, and integration.
They help you figure out where AI agents can actually, handle the real workload, especially for things like software development. It's all about finding where the tech makes the most sense.
Exactly. You can check them out at embersilk.com to evolve your operations. So, okay, take me back to the Hydra. It loses its head. How does this head activator, or HA, peptide actually kick in?
So in the Hydra, HA is what's called a morphogen. You can think of it like a chemical foreman on a construction site. It doesn't just yell build, it points and says build the head right here.
Okay, but how does it speed everything up? Because regrowing a whole head must take a ton of raw material fast.
It does. It directly manipulates the cell cycle. Specifically, it goes after the G2 phase.
Remind us what the G2 phase is.
It's the final prep phase. It's right before a cell actually splits in two. HA basically slams the accelerator there, shortening that prep time. This forces a specific bunch of cells, the transit amplifying cells.
So just divide like crazy.
Exactly. It creates this sudden massive surge of new cells to rebuild the entire structure.
It's basically flash printing tissue.
Yeah.
So the obvious question, and I know you're thinking it too, is if I have this growth juice in me, why can't I regrow an arm?
Because you aren't a simple little tube like a Hydra. You're a lot more complex. So in mammals, the whole context changes. We have the signal, the HA, but we use a very specific lock for that key. It's a receptor called GPR37.
I saw this in the notes. GPR37, that was called an orphan receptor for a long time, wasn't it?
That's right. Scientists knew the lock existed, they just had no idea which key fit. And HA turns out to be the parent finding its lost child, so to speak. But here's the real kicker. Where do we find this receptor in humans?
It's not in our limbs, I'm guessing?
No, not at all. It's highly concentrated in the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, and the gut.
The brain and the second brain.
Precisely. So in us, this isn't a grow a new limb signal. It's a keep the whole system alive signal. When HA connects to that GPR37 receptor, it triggers a calcium spike inside the cell.
Like a little spark plug.
A perfect analogy. That spark then activates the PI3K and AKT pathways. Now, we don't need to get bogged down in all the acronyms, but the important thing is what those pathways do. They are effectively the cells do not die switch.
They prevent cell death.
Yes, they promote cell survival and neuroprotection. And this is where the research gets incredibly important for modern medicine, specifically for Parkinson's disease.
Okay, that was the part that just completely surprised me. How do we get from a Hydra regrowing its head to something like Parkinson's?
It's all about that receptor, GPR37. In Parkinson's, we see this receptor start to misfold. It clumps up inside the neuron. When it clumps up like that, it becomes toxic. It actually kills the cell.
So instead of receiving the signal to survive, the receiver itself breaks. It basically sinks the whole ship.
You've got it. But, and this is the optimistic part, the research suggests that if the HA system is working correctly, it actively protects those dopamine neurons. It helps them survive stress.
Wow, that's a huge shift in perspective. Nature took a tool that was designed for, rapid construction building ahead, and it refined it into a tool for maintenance, for protecting a complex brain.
That's the real aha moment. It's evolutionary economy.
Yeah.
You don't throw away a perfectly good tool. You just write a patch for the new operating system.
It's just wild to think that this ancient chemical instruction for regeneration is active in my brain right now, just trying to keep my memories and movements working smoothly.
It's a very sophisticated repurposing of ancient tech.
Yeah.
And honestly, it gives us a lot of hope for future neuroprotective therapies.
Well, that is definitely plenty to chew on. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please subscribe to the show Intellectually Curious.
And hey, leave us a 5-star review if you can. It really, really does help get the word out.
Thanks for tuning in.